So I've been rewatching every single Marvel movie from the Marvel Comics universe, obviously, and playing this game for a lot in the past few days. And I've realized that would be a great way to show respect to the single man that has made all of this possible for us, all of the great games, be it the Spider-Man games or this game in particular, for us to enjoy, and all of the movies, obviously. Not even mentioning all of the comics and the animations. But simply put, how does this all correlate? I mean, you've probably seen the title and the thumbnail. Today I'm going to talk about a possible hero which has the name Stan Lee. And before we get into the video, like always, feel free to like or dislike, put in the comments what you think, and feel free to subscribe and follow me on Twitch. Now, I don't want to drag this for too long, let's get straight into this. I personally think that would be a great way to honor him one more time and just show respect if we add him to this game and everyone finds a way to enjoy multiple special moments playing this hero. Now, how would they even envision a character like that? Before I name like the specifics, I have a few ideas for the spells and abilities. Put in the comments if you even agree with me, or if you have any other ideas for the abilities. I'm actually curious about your opinion on that. And yeah, let's get into my ideas first. Now, I don't think, since he is the maker of all of these nice heroes, I don't think that he should have a connection to one specific or like two specific heroes. First, I was thinking of like maybe the Fantastic Four, since they were his first creation after the Destroyer, from what I've read online. But that'd still not really be fair to, like, I don't know what he really would like to have a connection to. So I'll just say, or what I thought would be great is if he had the strongest seasonal buff, so to say, like the buffs that every single anchor champion or hero has. So instead of 15%, which most of the heroes have, I would say like 25 to 30% for him, and then obviously adjust the ability so that it still makes sense and he's not overpowered, but still to just give him that special number to really put him apart from all of these heroes and put him at a special place. Now, apart from that, getting into his first ability, I think his first ability, which, it's very similar to the Loki's ultimate, but I think if you play as Stan Lee, you should be able to, as your first ability, go and hide somewhere, preferably, and not stand in the middle of the whole battlefield. And it takes you like 2 or 3 seconds to channel, where you just draw a certain hero, and you turn into that, like, you don't turn really into him, but you control that hero from afar, meaning that hero would have a bit less health and slightly less damage than the hero himself regularly. Now you'd say, why would I pick him? I would just, pick the hero, or it would be unfair if you picked him and then you drew like a banned hero if you were diamond onwards. Obviously you wouldn't be able to draw banned heroes. And then the question still stays, why would I pick him if I could just pick the heroes themselves and they would not be nerfed? No, I think it would be still great if you could draw them, because simply put, if you're mid-battle and then you're playing Iron Man, for example, and then you realize, okay, this comp is not really working out, you can press the button, the same button that you channeled with, so the hero gets raised and you can instantly draw a new hero and rush right back into battle. Obviously there should still be kind of some cooldown, since like if they were always low and then you switch right back to the next one, there'll be like no respawn time really. But I think if you really nerf them in the proper way, you give them like enough health and enough damage to not make them OP and the whole thing OP, for it to be like you just have infinite lives and you instantly come back with a different hero. I think it'd still be like a bit weaker, but then the respawn time like diminishes unless they find Stan Lee and then you're dead. But I mean, not really dead, you're like KO and you respawn. Okay, let's not say you're dead. Either way. So whenever they kill the hero that you drew, you have like a longer cooldown, but whenever you actually take him back and like last second before he dies, you can like draw the next one straight away, and then it's like no respawn time, but instead like 3 seconds to just run right back into the fight. That would be his first ability, in my opinion, which would fit quite well, since you would have like all of the heroes permanently and not just with the Loki ult. And obviously the ult would build up as slow. So let's say you stick to a hero for a longer time, you'd still like, every time you draw a new hero, it'd still be at like 50% or whatever, as if you switch to the next hero whenever you ult was ready or like close to being ready. So it's not OP and you can just spam ultimates. That'd still be like a ratio where it makes sense. Now, second ability, I say personally, I think it would be great if you could run while drawing, and you like base speed is like, I'd say normally like normal as fast as other people's, And then you can press that second ability, which gives you a slight bit of bonus health. And while that button is being pressed, you have like another 2 seconds of challenge time. And then you like, let's say draw Iron Man, which is always the case. You can't draw anyone else for your second ability. And you point it on a location, and then you walk up to the location. He flies back, like past you, picks you up, and then you can like control Iron Man for like 3 seconds. It's like the Hella Bird, but just that Iron Man picks you up and puts you on a different place. So let's say you're being chased by some guy who found you in the corner. Iron Man flies by, picks you up, and then you can like control him for 3 seconds. He puts you somewhere else. You can like run for a few more seconds and then hide again and draw the next hero for your first ability. It's like a getaway type ability. I think it would be quite fun. And then I think that would be enough, because it'd be like a Hulk type of character, right? Where you can like transform every single time. And if you have too many abilities, as Stan Lee himself, it could be a bit too much. You could argue like maybe his third ability would be like a stun, so you have even more time to draw the Iron Man that flies your way. So maybe you have like I don't know, you draw like a comic bomb that you can like throw, and it does like the boom and like the you know, the speech bubble boom thing, and then it stuns the enemy. So you have even more time to draw the Iron Man that takes you away, and then that'll be it, right? The stun ability, like maybe, right? And in my opinion, his ultimate, a great ultimate, would be like a scream where he just buffs all of his mates and nerfs and debuffs the enemies, right, for a certain amount of time. So you could use your ultimate, draw the hero that you want to be, and then march right into the battle with your team, which then gives you like, obviously not like Captain America, which just gives you bonus health and movement speed, but rather like all of the stats go slightly up and the enemy stats all go slightly down. And then it's like, obviously it doesn't last too long, because obviously it'd be too strong, and then they could tweak it for like the details. How strong could it really be? How weak could it really be? So you really like, you know, motivate your mates to win, and your teammates get like demotivated and debuffed in order to lose that fight. Like I said, tweaks and the details, it's for the devs, right? It's not for me. So I think it'll be a great kit for a hero like Stan Lee. And obviously a passive of his, I'm not thinking of like a practical passive that gives you like some sort of buff, but instead what I'd love to see is just like, since he has his glasses on, his passive is that your whole POV just has like a comic shader on your screen whenever you play him. So everything is more like comic-like, everything looks more like a comic, and it doesn't really make you stronger or weaker. It's just like some visuals. Obviously not too strong of a comic shader, because then it could be more difficult to see on what like and realize what actually is going on, but like at least slightly more comic style just for him. So it's like a unique trait. And obviously you could talk about the tweaks, like the tweaks and like the buffs, debuffs, like the strength of each ability, how strong it should be, how weak it should be. But overall, I think it's a great kit. Once again, feel free to put in the comments what you think, what ability you agree with, what you change, maybe a complete different kit you could come up with, or if you really would not want him to not want to see him at all in the game. I think it's a great way to honor him, to be honest, and make it like a unique thing where like people could at least play him, always remember him in this game as well. People who are new to Marvel by playing Marvel Rivals would like realize and get like a small story or storyline or like description of him, like what he did for the game, for the comics, for the movies. I think it would be great personally. But either way, like I said in the beginning, feel free to like or dislike, put in the comments what you think, really. Subscribe if you like my content. Obviously I'm gonna come up with more creative ideas, I'm on it. And yeah, feel free to follow me on Twitch. The grind is gonna start for me tomorrow to get to top 500 this season. We'll see if it works. Last season I could only get to Diamond 1, so it's gonna be a bit more difficult for me compared to other people. I'll try my best. Either way, thanks for watching. I'm out. Goodbye, and I'll see you on another one.